Why do some 80-year-olds hike mountains while others struggle to get out of a chair? Imagine two men, both 78 years old. One spends his mornings hiking steep trails, plays tennis every weekend, and lifts groceries with ease. The other needs help climbing stairs and struggles to stand up without support. What separates these two? Genetics? Luck? Not quite. It turns out that by the time most people hit 80, they've lost nearly half of the muscle mass they had in their youth. This condition, known as sarcopenia, silently steals strength, mobility, and independence. More than 50 million seniors around the world are affected. Worse, weak muscles lead to over 300,000 hospitalizations a year from falls alone. But here's the twist. Some older adults completely defy this trend. Studies in the Journal of Physiology show seniors in their 70s and 80s who still move, lift, and perform like someone decades younger. They retain their strength, balance, and agility, and they do it without expensive treatments or miracle supplements. What's their secret? Researchers at the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School have uncovered the powerful, yet largely unknown, habits these superagers follow. In fact, 93% of seniors are unaware of these simple strategies that can actually reverse muscle loss. Let's break down the 7 science-backed habits that are helping older adults stay strong and independent, well into their 80s and beyond. Habit 1. Strategic resistance training. Here's the truth: walking and light stretching won't stop muscle loss after 60. The body follows a simple rule: use it or lose it. Superagers embrace resistance training, but not randomly. They gradually increase intensity over time. This isn't about lifting heavy right away. It's about reaching the point where your muscles are fully challenged. Studies show that 2 weeks of high-intensity resistance workouts resulted in more muscle growth than 5 weeks of moderate exercise. Superagers also focus on compound movements like squats, rows, and presses, adjusted for their mobility, to activate multiple muscle groups at once. They track progress and aim to do just a little more each session, especially focusing on the lowering phase of each exercise, which places more controlled stress on muscles. Even people starting in their 70s and 80s can gain muscle. A University of Alabama study showed a 35% increase in strength and an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle in just 12 weeks of progressive resistance training. Habit number 2, protect. Neuromuscular connections. Muscle loss isn't just about shrinking tissue. It's about losing the connection between your brain and your muscles. These neuromuscular junctions act like power cables. When they degrade, muscle control suffers. Superagers do more than lift weights. They move with intention. Activities like dancing, tai chi, ping pong, or tennis require precision and coordination. These movements challenge the brain and help maintain neuromuscular pathways. Researchers at Columbia University found that mentally engaging activities, like puzzles or learning new skills, actually improve muscular function by strengthening the brain-muscle link. Even breathing techniques, such as box breathing, stimulate the vagus nerve and enhance neuromuscular performance. Just 5 minutes a day can boost muscle engagement by 15%. Habit number 3, prioritize key micronutrients. We often focus on protein, carbs, and fats, but superagers zoom in on specific nutrients that enable muscles to function. Without these, even the best workout plan falls short. Magnesium, dubbed the forgotten electrolyte, supports over 300 enzymatic reactions, many of them muscle-related. Yet more than 70% of seniors are deficient. Those with adequate magnesium have 30% greater grip strength and perform better physically. Creatine, often seen as a supplement for young athletes, boosts energy and muscle water content, creating an anabolic environment even in older bodies. Just 3-5 grams daily can improve strength and brain function. Then there's methylated B12. As stomach acid decreases with age and with medications like metformin and PPIs depleting B12, many seniors become deficient, impacting both nerve and muscle energy. Superagers supplement with active forms like methylcobalamin, not the cheaper synthetic versions. Finally, minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium help with protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity. A Tufts study found optimal levels of these trace minerals correlated with 22% better muscle maintenance over 5 years. Habit number 4, keep inflammation low. The term inflammaging refers to chronic low-grade inflammation that speeds up muscle breakdown. According to research from Tufts, seniors' workout intensity is carefully managed. Superagers avoid overexertion, choosing moderate daily activity with short bursts of intensity once or twice a week. They also include anti-inflammatory foods such as omega-3s, turmeric, green tea, and berries, all proven to lower inflammatory markers. Habit number 5. Maintain optimal vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is essential not just for bones but also for activating muscle-building genes. According to Harvard research, seniors with optimal vitamin D levels have 25% greater muscle strength, better coordination, and lower fall risk. Unfortunately, over 80% of older adults are deficient. Sun exposure becomes less effective as we age, so most seniors require supplementation, often between 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily. Blood tests can confirm your needs. Foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy help. But you'll also want to ensure you're getting enough vitamin K2, which works with D to prevent calcium from settling in the arteries instead of the bones. Habit number 6. Time your protein intake. Protein is crucial, but when you consume it matters more than you think. Seniors face something called anabolic resistance, a reduced ability to use protein for muscle building. Instead of loading up on protein at dinner, superagers spread it evenly throughout the day, aiming for 25 to 30 grams per meal. This maximizes muscle protein synthesis in each 3-4 hour window after eating. In one 12-week study at the University of Texas, seniors following this schedule gained 1.2 pounds of muscle without changing any other aspect of their lifestyle. So, skip the toast for breakfast. Go for eggs, yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Include lean meats, fish, beans, and dairy at lunch and dinner to keep this rhythm going. Habit number 7. Embrace hormetic stress. This one might surprise you. Superagers actually expose themselves to specific types of stress on purpose. Why? Because low-dose stress, called hormesis, triggers powerful cellular defenses. For example, ending a shower with 30-60 seconds of cold water can stimulate brown fat, increase mitochondrial activity, and release adiponectin, a hormone that guards against muscle breakdown. Heat, too, has its benefits. Saunas activate heat shock proteins that protect and repair muscle cells. In a Finnish study, regular sauna use, 4 to 7 times per week, was linked to 40% less muscle loss. Other forms of hormetic stress include intermittent fasting, eating in an 8 to 10 hour window, and performing short bursts of high tension, isometric exercises like pushing or pulling against resistance for 5-10 seconds. These brief controlled stressors trigger longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins, which preserve muscle function. The key is balance. Stress your body just enough to spark growth, then give it time to recover. So what's the takeaway? Muscle loss with age is not inevitable. These 7 habits: resistance training, neuromuscular protection, smart nutrition, inflammation control, vitamin D optimization, strategic protein timing, and hormetic stress are the blueprint superagers use to stay strong, capable, and independent. Now it's your turn. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Are you or someone you know already putting any of them into practice? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.